Hello everybody, it's Corron. Welcome back to Valhelsia 3. In today's episode, I have gone away and I have done a bunch of things and I've got quite a bit of explaining to do, so I do apologise. So the first thing to explain is right outside the front door. Yes, why do I have floating windmills? I mean, seriously, could I have not at least put a pole there? I've grown some new crops. I got some new machinery as well. Where did this horse come from? Why is this room so big? What's up with all the storage? And what tool is that? So all of those amazing questions are things that you're probably asking yourselves right now after seeing the last episode. And I have to be honest, it's mainly because I've gone on a massive adventure to get as much resources as I physically can just to prepare myself for this episode. So there's quite a few things that I wanted to kind of branch off and complete. And the only way I was going to be able to do that is if I ventured off and kind of started to do it all myself. So let's just keep you up to date. Let's go outside and let's talk about what I did outside and why I did it. So, walking down here, you can see I've got windmills. Now, these windmills are upgraded windmills. They're part of immersive engineering. Let's just turn down this audio a second. Bear with me. So, it's part of immersive engineering. And what that is doing is generating me wind power, which turns that into RF, I believe. I'm right in saying IF, sorry, and that is going into a low voltage capacitor, which then gets fed down into relays, which then gets fed down into these little sections here. And what this is doing, what this machine or all of these machines are doing, they're not set up to be automatic just yet, because I do plan to actually route this all into my base. But basically what this does is it generates me ethanol. So we'll have ethanol from this. We'll generate ourselves some plant oil. Is there a creeper back there? Oh no, it's a skelly. And we also generate ourselves biofuel by doing so. So biofuel, what this biofuel is for is actually to power my mining drill. And obviously the mining drill is epic, as well as the buzzsaw. So you can see my buzzsaw right now is actually out of fuel. It's in the bottom right hand corner. And what we can do, we can take the jerry can and the buzzsaw, and you can see it puts it back up to full fuel. And then what we can do from here is actually take down a whole tree. So really, really exciting stuff. Just like that. Really simple and a lot easier to get myself a bunch of wood here. Now, it doesn't pick up everything, and that is something I am aware of, so I am just kind of plowing through this one. Another thing is I actually got a magnet. Now, I got the magnet from a little dungeon area, which was down in my mine, so I'm really grateful that I got this. I don't actually know how to create them. I don't really understand the concept behind getting it, but because it was in a chest, I just got myself a little magnet, and obviously you're probably noticing whenever I'm chopping down a tree, like so, I can stand over here and it magnetizes to me. So it's really helpful stuff. Very, very convenient for when I'm doing farming, like so. Alright. So when I said about the windmills earlier, they are upgraded. So you'll get like these wooden ones, which are based off of the treated wood that you do for immersive engineering. And then you can upgrade it with these hemp fibers. And then you can turn those hemp fibers into... show you now, into this tough fabric. Once you turn tough fabric into that, then you can turn it into windmill seals. So obviously you just put one on each one of those, so I think there's 8 in total. I'm not quite sure, just going out on a limb on that one. And yeah, it generates more IF per tick, which is very useful. I want to transfer that one in from a low voltage to a medium voltage to generate even more power, and I would like to have more stable cables as well. But that's for when I start moving all of this to make it automated into the base, and that's the final plan of all of that. So I just want to harvest as much of this stuff out here that I can. Just bear with me a second. show you how these machines work as well at the same time as we do this. Amazing. So I may not be able to pick all this up, but as you can see, the magnet will always carry it behind me, which is fantastic. And then what we can actually do is we can just pop all these potatoes in here, and hopefully that will start generating me more ethanol, as you can see, which is really, really handy. Eventually, I'll top this ethanol right back up just so we can have more biodiesel, and then we never worry about fuel again. But that's how the concept of these two farms and why I've got them. So the next step is, let's go on to my next step. I guess we can talk about the base, I guess. So why did I go all the way up? Now, I did speak about in episode 1 or 2, and I said I really wanted to trim this all back and add a little bit more decoration and maybe some more things on top. And that's exactly what we're going to do. You can see in the middle here, I decided I really want a fish tank. I did get stuck at one point. It was an absolute nightmare, and trying to get this glass was also a terrible idea because I actually had to travel almost 1,000 blocks out just to go to a desert biome, just to collect all of this. It was horrible, but luckily I come back with a couple of, a couple of other extra things as well because I stumbled upon a biome, like banana leaves and stuff, and then I got attacked by a spider. I wish I recorded it, but I didn't, and I apologize on that one. But yeah, I mean, I got myself a bunch of sand. That's the main purpose of that, and I don't think it was kind of exciting at that point. Another thing is I've got a couple of holes here, and that's only because I want to texturize the floor, but I didn't get around to doing it. And over here, I've kind of made these glass panes, and that's just because I really want to put animals into these sections. Now, I did find out that these silkworm eggs actually hatch into a little larvae, and they generate silk over time. So we can actually make an auto harvester of that, and that will give us string, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Quite a novice when it comes to things like that. But yeah, so that was something I think I found out, possibly. But again, I still need to just put some dirt down here because I didn't have enough dirt, and I haven't got a lot of lighting in here. So that's another thing I need to work on. You'll see that I actually did the roof. I went back and did all the roof, which looks amazing. I really, really like the roof. And I put another portal in here. The nether is okay. Let's go through to see the nether. It's not amazing, but it does the job, which is fantastic. So let's... Oh, that's where my wolf went. Oh, no. Right, yeah, I'm going back through. So one of my wolves actually got stuck here. There we go. When I found a dungeon, again, I found some stone hands, and I didn't know what they were for, and then I found a head on the floor, picked it up, put it on there, and it's pretty cool. I really like it. Found a straw effigy. Again, I don't really know what it's for. It's all new to me. Added some extra storage here, and I played around with the Terra mod, which allows me to upgrade my tools, and you can probably see that. Oh, sorry, I said Terra. I mean Tetra mod. And you can see here I kind of upgraded it quite significantly. And again, I really am kind of understanding it because I need a better hammer to get myself a better pick, etc. But if you guys have any videos that you can link me to help me understand the Tetra mod, then please fire it my way. I'd like to understand it a little bit better. I try to do a bit of research, but yeah, it's above and beyond me. Obviously, we got all these furnaces. And I think the next thing was down here. As you can see, this is why this is so overpowered. Right? I've ran out of fuel now, but yeah, it's pretty broken. And I have mined absolutely miles and miles and miles. And I think the next thing I would like to show you is my mining turtles. And if you don't really know what mining turtles are, they are these cool little things right here. And I think they're the most convenient things that you could probably have in Minecraft. And if you can get them quite early on, get them because they're so strong. They can mine through pretty much any block. As seen here, I mean, you've got to be a level 5 hammer to mine that, and it kind of just tore straight through it. So I'm happy. That was a really easy fight there that I didn't have to worry about. And it kind of stores it all. Actually, did it store it? I don't think it did. Interestingly. Well, it tore through it anyway. It may not have collected it, but it tore through it. And we can set this bad boy off again by simply just typing tunnel or TUN and tabbing. Set it to 50. As long as I've got fuel in here, which I do, I can set that on its merry way and it will start mining again. I'm going to take all the ores out of this one and probably chuck a bunch of this on the floor as well. And we're just going to write tunnel 50 again. And we're going to set that on its merry way, and off it goes. You know, I don't have to worry about it. There's no durability to these things. The only thing that could actually break these are the blocks. I think it's the stellar blocks, I think they're called. They kind of blow up, and that's the only thing that I think breaks these, unfortunately. I've only ever had one of these break, thankfully, and it was down on the opposite side. But yes, that's the only thing I think I know will break these, unfortunately. Yeah, so basically I really need to get myself a ME kind of system, like a mass storage system, and I really want to put it in here, right in the dead center of everything else, basically. Or I would like to move this and potentially put that over on that side, or that side, should we say, and have the storage system here in between the storage systems that I've already got implemented. Kind of a few things that I have an idea for, but unfortunately I cannot craft any of this because I need slime. And the only way I can get slime is if I find a slime chunk, or I create some dough with some lime. Now, I think I'm going to try to find a slime chunk, but I'm waiting for the server admin to come on because there is an actual thing on this mod which will allow me to find a slime chunk in the map. But the only trouble is, I need the world seed. Now, I don't know if there's another way of finding a world seed without being in the mod, but hopefully I can figure it out. And it does say open on a key press. I don't actually know what the key press would be. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so yeah, that doesn't really do nothing. So I turned them on, but it obviously won't find anything there because of the fact that I don't have the slime chunk seed implemented into this one just yet. So when the admin does come on and I can ask him for the seed, I will do that. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I really wanted to address off of this notice board. So the first thing is better lighting in the base area. Definitely done that one. Definitely done the mine, and definitely done the garden. Work towards learning new mods. Now I definitely believe I've done that, that's for sure. So I'm going to clear that one off, and now we've got finish off home, which we haven't yet completed because we still got a couple of things that we want to finish, and I guess a home is really never finished, so that'll probably be an ongoing task. And ports to other bases, again, that's probably something I'm going to have to look at eventually, but it's not really on my highest priority right now, only because I know the other guys are a bit stuck for where they are right now. So eventually I will get around to doing that, but not quite now. So what are we going to be looking for? Okay, so these are a few things that I've just listed here off the top of my head really quickly. First thing being ME system, so the mass storage system. I think that's a major thing that we really need to focus on in this episode. Otherwise, we will struggle to store all of our items coming up. The next thing is automatic farms, and I think that is a given. Considering the fact that we've got power now, we can definitely look at automatic farms and more power. Obviously, these windmills are fantastic, but unfortunately, they are not going to generate us enough power that we are going to need for all of our systems. So that is something I'm going to have to look at doing, and potentially making a water generator or any other type of generator for the time being. I think that's just a given. But at the moment, looking at these windmills, they are generating enough power to hold on to the rest of the machines that are down there. So I'm really grateful that, you know, I have 3 windmills all upgraded with the 3 machines that are down there. Again, I need to separate that a little bit more so that each one of them will have their own power source and they all get linked appropriately. So after I have done all of this, I think the main hunt is to get a slime. Without slime, I know I'm in a bit of a pickle, and it's something I definitely desperately need. So with that in mind, I think we'll just mine out a load of ores, just keep ourselves up to date with all the ores, and then once we've got enough ores and the admin comes back on, we shall look towards getting slime. Okay, since it's been some time now and I thought about something else that I could be doing in the meantime whilst I'm waiting, and that is we can actually upgrade our mining drill. Now, the mining drill obviously is pretty OP as it already is, but the one thing about the mining drill is actually it has these upgradable slots. Now, you can't see them on top, but they kind of have like these 4 indentations on the very top there, but they can all be upgraded into something really cool. So let's go over to the workbench and have a look at that. So I've just turned off the audio only because I'm next to the nether portal, but as you can probably see, I've put it on the workbench, and to do that all I have to do is right click and pop it into here. And you can see that the head status is telling me it's at 45% durability. Now you can see that the durability is 4,532 out of 10,000, and to repair that it will probably cost me about 5 steel to repair the whole thing, which is reasonable. You know, we can definitely do that. But you can see here I have 4 slots all to upgrade something. Now if I type in drill into the right hand side here, you can see I've got a pressurized tank, allows me to operate whilst underwater, because unfortunately it won't allow me to use it underwater. I have an advanced lubrication system, which reduces the damage of the drill head, which is pretty good if you ask me. Additional let's have a look. Increases the attack damage and dig speed of the mining drill, stacks up to 3, so that's going to be a must. And a larger tank. Now I think these 3 here are quite overpowered if you ask me, only because I don't see myself using this underwater. Now I can't say I will ever not need it. I definitely will probably need it, but I'll always have myself a little pickaxe like this one. I won't always have this one, so we say, but I'll definitely have this mattock. But I don't think I'll ever need that one. But with the rest of them, I think a larger tank for fuel storage really is a must, as well as the extra damage and dig speed, as well as the reduced damage on the drill head, which would definitely benefit me dramatically. So these are things I'm going to be looking into. If we go into here, you can see a bucket of plant oil, or actually 2 buckets of plant oil, as well as an iron component. So altogether, I think that would work out to be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 bits of iron for that one, as well as a copper and a bit of oil. So let's go away and let's go create that one. Okay, so I think I've got most of the stuff that I need. I'm not quite sure, so there may be a couple of bits that I do need to look at. So let's have a look here. We've got the 2 buckets of plant oil plus the iron ingots and some flatted sheets plus the copper ingots. The next thing I looked at was again, the same thing here, but with steel. And then the next thing was steel, a couple of buckets. Again, the same thing here. And some red dye. Now, I think I have most of that. So let's just go over here really quick. And let's just make ourselves potentially... yeah, I think it's this one. So we need 3 of these, that we do know. So we'll just quickly make this one. Next thing we need to do is make another one of these. And then we're going to make this one. And then the next thing we're going to make is this. Put this in here. And we're going to make this one. So now we have all 3 of the things that I think are quite necessary to have. And let's just pop these on. So pop this one on, pop this one on. And before we pop that one on, I really want to turn up my volume. So options, audio control. I don't know if we're going to get... Is that... no, it's not the audio from that. That's a shame. That's going to be quite loud. I'm going to stand over here. And I'm going to put this one on. And hopefully when I take all this out... there we go. The Big Daddy. And what is the Big Daddy, you may ask? Apply the maximum upgrades to a mining drill. I knew that was going to come. But on the top of that one, we now have a rare shader. And what we can do with this is, I believe, if we right click, we have a nice little shader here. Hold shift to apply. So you can apply this shader to any of these things. But let's just pop it onto here. And now we get this cool, nice effect. Let's have a look at it. Oh, look how good that looks. Look how nice that looks. All looks kind of modern. And it just, oh, it looks so good. So, not only was it OP before, but it's going to be even more so. So, let's put this jerry can in here, because now it can hold a lot more fuel. So, almost double the amount of fuel that we were originally taking, which is a bonus. And the head obviously will not be destroyed as quickly. So, let's just head down here a second and let's see how good this actually is. Something I didn't explain was the kind of grids that are around. If you haven't already figured that out, it is the chunk borders. And to turn that on and off on Java Edition, all you have to do is press F3 and G, and then it will show or hide the chunk borders. Something very useful that I started using just because I needed it to know what was going on with the chunks. Very useful bit of kit. Oh, hold up. These are growing? Wow, I didn't think they would grow. Nice. That's helpful. That's very helpful. I didn't realize that they were going to grow. I have to be honest. I'd never expected it to actually grow. That's very helpful. Nice. Oh, yes, this is speedy. So let's just pop this into my second hand here. Let's just do that and that. Yeah, I can definitely feel the power. Wow. Hey all, Future Corron here. Just a quick update for you. I had to cut this episode quite short, only because there was so much to cover in this one episode that you can probably see here. It's already exceeded past the 20-minute mark. So what I've done is I've correlated a couple of clips for the next episode of what you can kind of expect and what's to come. But essentially, unfortunately, I just had to shrink it down just to make it a little bit shorter and to fit everything in, because the next episode's just going to be as long, if not longer. All right, so just a future little heads up here, but here's a couple more clips that are to come. And snail will eat it more than the other. So what I'll do, that. Glowing stuff. Don't actually know what it's for, but I really wanted it to grab all these mushrooms that were here.